Welcome to the Oklahoma City Gun Club, one of the largest gun clubs in the United States, and it's by far the largest in Oklahoma with over 2,400 members. And it's open 24/7, 365 days a year from sun up to sundown if you're a member out here. It's a very active range, so it's very important to communicate very verbal and non-verbally out here. Since you're wearing earplugs, you can't always hear what other people are saying. The use of non-verbal communication is probably one of the most important things for people to understand the signs and understanding them. Not only am I a member out here, but this is also where I work. I manage projects out here with groups of people. So we're always working, or I'm always running machines and other equipment out here. And people have to, sometimes I can't hear over them, and people have to communicate with hand signals and hand signs to me. There are many different types of people that come out here too, so you got to be very diverse in how to understand and communicate with people. Behind me over here is one of the shotgun ranges, and understanding the range rules right here in the range safety is the first form of communication. For example, there's a range safety officer out here on the weekends for those of people who aren't honor members. And the range safety officer has to communicate the range rules and make sure people understand them so there's no safety hazards. Or also, besides skeet fields, which is right out here, and trap fields, there's the trap people out here. And there's different people that teach trap classes out here and skeet classes. And so they also have to be very fluent at communicating with many different types of people. Clear communication is very important for all different people. You have 10-year-olds, you also have older retired military people, old retired firefighters, police officers, people from everywhere. They come out here and everyone speaks a little differently. You got to communicate range rules to a 10-year-old a little differently than you have to an older person or a middle-aged person. Tone of voice and the way you conduct yourself is also a very important way for people to understand you. According to Elizabeth Holman, the gun range etiquette, practicing good gun range etiquette isn't just about good manners, it's good sense. By learning the basic range commands and learning the ones at your range can be examples of ceasefire, continue firing, the range is hot, and many more you will ensure. A day at the range is very fun. You can imagine a range like this that spreads more than 600 acres of land out here. There's a lot of maintenance, new construction, new buildings being built, mowing, clearing brush, trees, and just a bunch of different projects. I was the head leader on a lot of the projects out here, and one of the projects I did was clear out a bunch of land out in front of there so they reclaimed the lead. And we cleared more than 5 acres of trees directly in front of the fields, and everyone running chainsaws, and I was always in skid loaders and driving tractors, moving brush and hauling trees out. So people trying to communicate with those doing the chainsaws or communicating with me on the tractor would have to be very nonverbal communication oriented, just for the pure fact of you can't hear over them. But also there's a lot of verbal communication that goes on during that, trying to direct people and vocalizing where people need to go to different areas to make sure no one gets a tree falling on them, and only certain areas are being able to be worked in while other areas aren't, just for safety perspectives. And the fact of you got to inform people that the ranges are closed because you're working downrange. This example of nonverbal communication is very successful for safe work areas. According to the Oklahoma City Gun Club range rules of conduct, it is also up to each person on the shooting ranges to familiarize themselves with the NRA safety rules and just the general rules of firearm safety. So, the gun clubs across America are a gathering point for all sorts of different types of people, not only our club, but any club. You will meet out here nonverbal communication. You'll come up to people, and out here everyone always introduces people to handshake, how you doing shooting, giving each other hugs, just talking. So that's very much nonverbal oriented gestures. Often too, you also see people that what's called shooting a perfect score is shooting a round which is 25 in either skeet or trap without missing. When people are walking off the field, it's always giving fist bumps or high fives, telling that person they did a good job. Well, shooting for great. All of these nonverbal communications are ways you see people communicate in the real world. So, to conclude the speech, people from all walks of life, members and guests that come out here, have to be able to understand different signs, different ways of communication, so that way the range is a very safe place for all types of people, both on and off the field, while working and not working out here.